Well, good evening, all you junior varsity basketball fans. Tonight, the Trojans take on the Indians from Millersburg in a great rivalry here at Upper Dauphin Gymnasium this evening. Trojans sending out their mix will be the center. He'll have Miller, Troutman, Chris Troutman, Danny Schell, and Chuck Zerbe will be out there with Chad Mix to tip off this opening tap. Here it goes. It's going to be controlled by UDA. Chris Troutman with it for the Trojans. Into the corner here for Schell. Now he tries to go inside to Mix. The ball stolen away. And a trip here on a Millersburg player. No call. It was just he tripped himself. Here goes Chris Troutman to the line. Or to the net, I should say. And he's fouled. Number 32 will pick up the first personal foul. And Chris will go to the line for the Trojans, shooting 2. First foul of the ball game. First time anyone's been to the line, and we'll see what Chris can do from 15 feet out tonight. Here's Chris's first shot, and it's good. Trojans 1-0. Chris with another attempt. Here's his second shot. No good. Rebound comes down there to Mix. Chad's shot, a little short. Gets his own rebound, pops his shot up and in good. Chad Mix with a good follow-up shot gives the Trojans a 3-0 margin here in the early going. Ball tipped away over there by Chuck Zerbe. Quick outlet pass over there for Chris Troutman. Chris lays it up and in. Good job and a good steal out in front there, and the Trojans 5. The Millersburg Junior Varsity 0. Coach Hain has the boys tuned up for tonight's ball game, it would seem. Here's a ball in the corner, loose, going to go out of bounds, and it'll be UDA ball. Ball off number 34 over there in Millersburg. And Jeff Miller will inbound for the Trojans. Chris inside. Oh, a nice pass and a great play as he caught Danny Schell coming right down the baseline. And boy, timeout's going to be called immediately now by the Indians. We've got a 7-0 Trojan lead with 6:02 remaining here in period number 1. Okay, the timeout is over. Millersburg gets set to put the ball in play with 6:02 remaining in the first quarter. And here they go. They're going to come over after it. On the left wing they go. Now in front. 32 dribbles into the lane and hold everything. Foul's going to be called underneath there. Foul, I believe, will be on Chad Mix. It is. Chad picks up his first personal foul. Be a non-shooting foul. Team's first. Chad's first. Here's a nice pass inside. The kid goes for a walk first. Where was the no walk? Nope. Foul again. Foul this time could be a blocking foul, they're going to call it. Foul will be on Chad Mix, his second. So Chad picked up 2 personal fouls in the last 3 seconds. 32 at the line, shooting 2. First shot, no good. Still a 7-0 ball game. 34 will try that one again. We'll see what the rebound looks like inside here. Zerbe looks ready to go after it. Here it is, and it's Schell coming down with the rebound. Quick pass over here intended for Miller, and Jeff will let it roll out of bounds off the fingertips of a Millersburger. Dan Schell to inbound the ball for UDA. Cross he goes for Troutman. Chris dumps it back out here now for Miller. Near side over here for Danny Schell. Dan's got a shot from out there. Didn't take it. Drops it back here now. Swinging it on the far side for Zerbe. Zerbe giving a head fake inside, telling somebody to do something with it. Now he drops it back over here for Troutman. Miller over the far side. Here goes a pass inside for Mix. Good for 2. Nice pass from Chuck Zerbe to Chad Mix, and Mix gets himself 2 more. And it's now a 9-0 ball game. On the right wing, shoots a shot up, won't go. Rebound comes back down to 50. He puts a follow-up shot that won't go, and the rebound comes on this time to Danny Schell. Back with it here for Troutman. Swinging it over there for Zerbe. Chuck on the left wing, dribbles in. Now pass it back here for Miller. Jeff with a shot from outside for 2, no good. Rebound right there to Chuck. Chuck wiggles around in there, puts a shot up short. Rebound comes back to number 34. Pretty tall lad here. I was told a lot of these guys are just freshmen. on the Millersburg Junior Varsity. They got some tall kids out here. Millersburg into the lane, trying to dump it underneath there for 50. The ball's going to go out of bounds off 50. It'll be, no, they say it went off the Trojans. Here's the pass stolen away. Trojans have it. Troutman dumping it over there on the wing. Dumps it right back out there to Mix. Mix for 2. Nice pass by Chuck Zerbe. Chuck with a good pass that time, and Chad Mix for 2 more. Here they're going to try to put it down on the right wing. Kid has it, stops and goes in for 2. Trojans coming back with it. This is Troutman. Chris right on in front of us. Fakes once. Threw it over there to Jeff Miller. Jeff over in the left wing side now. Chuck Zerbe looking for Mix inside. Back out here now for Chris Troutman. Zerbe now here for Miller. He tries to go into the lane. A foul will be called as number 30 will pick up a blocking foul. For Millersburg, it will be their 3rd. For number 30, it will be his 1st. The Trojans will inbound with 3:54 remaining in a very fast-paced first quarter for UDA. It's 11-2. Inbound pass for Mix. Over to the side. Here's Troutman for 2. Too long is what it was. And back with it come the Indians, who look like backcourt. No call. On the right wing, shot put up and in, good. So it's now 11-4. And number 34 will go to the line to finish off a 3-point try here. Foul was on Miller. Jeff picked up his first personal. 34 at the line to shoot 1. No good. Rebound comes over here to the Indians, however, on the left wing. Out in front they go. Coach Holler set it up, their coach. On the right baseline, shot, no good. Rebound under there by 3 Indians. They wrestle for it, and a walk will be called now as 3 Indians that time converged on the rebound and went for the walk with it. So the Trojans will bring her back. Chris Troutman over to the far side for Jeff Miller. Now into the corner for Chuck Zerbe. Chuck looking around underneath, gets it back out here for Chris. Swinging it over here for Danny Shell. Dan for 2, no good. Rebound in there by Chad Mix. Looked like a block or a foul. Oh, wait a minute. And here Miller is run over by number 50 out here. This will be a non-shooting foul also, as it's the 4th team foul. For number 50, he picks up his first, team's 4th, so the next foul by the Indians will put the Trojans in the bonus with 3:10 remaining here in quarter number 1. Trojans have committed 2 fouls so far. Out in front for Chris, over on the far side now. Here's Chuck, dropping it back for Jeff Miller. Chris on the right wing he goes. He'll drop it here for Danny Shell. Now Zerbe has it out in front. Whoop, Zerbe carries the ball, goes for a double dribble. Chuck that time coming across the top of the circle. Got kind of fouled up. I'm going to give the Millersburg Indians a chance to close the gap here. They trail by 7, 11-4. Shot from 12 feet out is good. 11-6. Inbound pass. The ref is counting, so they better get it in. They did. Here comes Jeff Miller with it. Ahead here now for Shell. Dan to the hoop. No good. Rebounded underneath there by, whoa, wait a minute. Foul call. 50 will pick up the personal. And I guess it'll be Mix going to the line to shoot this time as, let's see. No, nope, wasn't shooting. It was underneath on the rebound. So it'll be UDA to inbound. Chris Troutman will inbound the ball for the Trojans. 2:30, 2.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Inbound pass back here for Mix. Chad fakes a couple times, gives it back outside here now to Jeff Miller. Troutman for 2, no good. Rebound comes right back here to Millersburg. The ball tipped away on the pass, but they gather it back in over there. He has it tipped out of his hands, but Millersburg still in control, into the lane, stopping, dumping it here in the left wing, back out in front. For 2, short, no good. Rebound right down to Zerbe. He'll dump it back here for Miller. Long pass up there, knocked away by the Trojans. Gather it back in. Here goes Zerb to the hoop for 2. Nice play. Wasn't designed that way, as it was ball turned over once or twice on that series, but the Trojans end up with it. Millersburg on the wing. Right inside he goes and puts a shot up and in. Good. 31 with a good bucket for Millersburg. Troutman looking to set the Trojans up this time. Here's Jeff Zerby on the left wing. Back out in front here now for Chris Troutman. Chris trying to dribble in. He's stopped. Pass inside here for Mix. Mix going to have trouble with it, but hands it off. Whoa, wait a minute. A little bit of a walk inside that time as Jeff came in to the lane and got tangled up in there. And the Trojans, Coach Tom Hain calls timeout with 1:21 remaining in a 5-point ball game. Now it's UDA 13 and Millersburg 8. Timeout is over and Millersburg will inbound the ball with 1:20 remaining here in the first quarter. On the left wing, Kidd has the ball roll off his fingertips out of bounds. It'll be UDA ball. Trojans up by 5, 13-8. There's Miller on the wing for Zerby. Near side over here for Troutman. Troutman in the lane, back over here for Chuck out in front. Chuck moving in but stopped. Back out to Troutman. Miller. A lot of bumping, a lot of checking, good blocking going on there by the Trojans. Here's Danny from the side and a foul called. Foul's underneath. Foul was away from the ball, but somebody's going to be shooting. I think Chad Mix might have been the one getting fouled that time. And it should be a 1-and-1. It is a signal in to the officials that it is a 1-and-1, so Chad will go to the line. Yeah, it was Mix that was fouled. Danny Shell was shooting, but Mix came up with a foul on the push underneath, so Chad will be at the line shooting a 1-and-1. Here's his first shot. It is no good. Rebound comes off to Millersburg. Millersburg working it around here now as the clock winds down, and Chad Mix will pick up his third, and that does not make Coach Hain happy one bit. Coach really mad at Chad as he picked up personal foul number 3 here in the first period. 35 seconds remaining in the first period. Inbounds pass here to 34. He puts a shot up and in. Good. Now the scoreboard has Mix down for 1. But I'm sure Chad picked up a couple before that, so I think my buddy John over there is screwed up. Here's a ball knocked out of bounds by the Trojans, lost over there by Jeff Miller. And it will be Millersburg to come back now, just trailing by 3. It looked like the Trojans are going to blow them out here early on. Left wing. Now they're swinging around to the right. Clock dropping down here, 3 seconds remaining. Here's the ball tipped away by the Trojans. It goes on the floor right here as 2 of them go out for it, and a foul is going to be called. And the foul came as the buzzer sounded, and the pushing foul will be against Millersburg. And so it will be the Trojans going to the line. Matter of fact, just Markle to the line here. Now Scott will go to the line. He'll be shooting a 1-and-1 as there's no time remaining, so there'll be no one on the court. The rest of the people have vacated to the sidelines. Scott out there all by himself. His first shot no good, and so that's all he gets. So at the end of 1, we have a score of 13-10, 3-point ball game. Good ball game unfolding here now. Probably shouldn't be this good the way the Trojans started out, but it's going to end up that way, the way it looks. Okay, set to go with period number 2. Millersburg trailing by 3. Into the right wing corner with it. 32 out in front, dumps it over there on the right side. Shot taken from over there, no good. Rebound by Millersburg. 30, follow-up shot, no good. And the ball's going to go out of bounds off a Trojan. And 30 will inbound for the Indians. Oh my, his inbound pass right back here to Chris Troutman. Chris picked it off very easily, didn't even have to move for it. Here's a shot from outside by Markle for three, no good. Scott hung one up for three, but just off the side of the rim. Troutman here for Markle. Scott played a couple of good ball games here lately. Nice dump inside for Zerbe. Zerbe, ooh, good move by Chuck. Faked the man right, spun around to his left, and put the ball up and in. So, nice move by Chuck. It's 15-10. Now the Trojans open the margin to 5. Oh, here's a ball thrown away on the left wing side here. He passes one into the bleachers almost. So UDA will inbound the ball. Here comes Markle with it across the timeline. He's got a head of steam. Dumps it into the corner. Shot from over there by Jeff Miller is no good. And Jeff coming after it here. Going to steal the ball away. Passes it in front here for Chuck, and Chuck goes for a walk. Yeah, Chuck walked with it that time. Markle with Miller with a good steal. Nice job by Jeff making the steal and an excellent pass, but Chuck kind of took it in stride and walked a little bit with it first, so did not count. Trojans sure look as though they could get these guys. Ooh, here's the, foul called. Tough foul that time. Tough foul called on Scott Markle. I don't know where that foul was, and I don't think Scott does either. He appears to be questioning that call. But at any rate, 34 will go to the line, and he'll be shooting 2. Check that. He'll be shooting 1 and 1, of course, unless he makes the first one, which he did now. He'll be shooting 2. It was a 1 and 1. For Markle, that was his first personal. Came with 5:40 remaining in the first half. And second shot by 34 is in and out, no good. Rebound comes off to Shell, who dishes it back here now for Troutman. Troutman looking for a little help, gets it ahead here for Zerbe. Markle, and now Miller. Back to Markle. Over to Miller on the wing. Out in front here for Troutman. Chris. Ooh, wow. Dribbled into the lane, and he's hugged in there. Jump will be called, 32. Put the hug on him and the ball, and it's going to remain UD ball. Underneath here. Trojans will inbound it. Here's Shell with it. Markle has the ball tipped back here now. Troutman picks it up. Chris over here for Scott. Near side here for Shell. Here's Shell's spot. It's good. Danny Shell hooks one up there for 2 points. Nice shot. And it's now 17-11. Into the corner with it they go. Now they dump it on the right baseline. Shot taken and a foul committed by Chuck Zerbe. 34 to the line for Millersburg, shooting 2. Chuck Zerbe picked up his third personal foul, and Chuck will leave the ball game now as number 44 Miller comes into the game for UDA. And also checking in now is Troop. Troop into the ball game to take the place of Markle. Second shot for this young lad is good, so he made 1 out of 2, makes the score 17-12. And back with it come the Trojans. There's a dump inside for Miller. He hands it right back to Troutman. And pass over here is going to be tipped out of bounds by number 34. But the Trojans will inbound. Shell to inbound the ball. His inbound pass tapped away, and back with it come those pesky Indians. Mine are going to make a game out of this if we're not careful. On the right baseline. Ball stolen away this time by the Trojans. Here comes Jeff Miller. Jeff to the hoop for 2. Won't go. 32 with a rebound. Coming back he comes. His pass to 34. Is blocked. Oh, a nice ball. What a foul. Called Danny Shell with a foul. Man, it looked to be like Dan went up and got all ball that time, but apparently not. And 34 will go to the line again for Millersburg, and this time he'll be shooting 2 more. Made his first shot, so second shot coming up here is no good. So he made the first one, missed the second one. Rebound in there by Millersburg. Tapped away nicely by Miller. Back out in front. Good job that time by the Trojans on the defense. Man, kid really playing nice in there. And wait a minute, 3 seconds will be called as Millersburg in the lane for 3. That's going to give the Trojans the ball back with 4:12 remaining here in the first half. On the left wing it goes. Dump inside, intended for a shell. Tapped away. Here come the Indians. Oh, wait a minute. He'll walk with it. Double dribble it, whatever you want to call it. And the Trojans will get a break there. They dodged the bullet momentarily. And this is Eric Troop. Eric going to take it down the wing here. Give it off here to Shell. Dan all the way inside. Puts a shot up that won't go. Rebound comes back to the Millersburg Indians. 17-13, 4-point ball game. On the left wing he goes. Oh, wait a minute. Driving in, and Eric Troop will pick up a blocking foul. No shot. No bucket. Whistle well before the shot. So the 34 will go to the line this time. And as timeout's called. Wait a minute. Timeout called. Anyway, they'll be at the line shooting a 1-and-1. Troop picked up his first. 3:46 remaining in the first half. It's 17-13, UDA by 4. Troop had picked up his first personal, and 34 to the line shooting a 1-and-1 as the foul obviously came before the shot. First shot, no good. Rebound here to 32. He puts a shot up that won't go, and Miller with a rebound for UDA. That is Bill Miller. Here's, wait a minute. Eric got a step on the end line. Now that was too bad because he was spinning up there on a quick break and kind of just spun out of the court, off the court. Anyway, we got 2 Millers in there now, Bill Miller and Jeff Miller, so we'll have to distinguish between the 2. 3-second violation called on number 40 underneath here for Millersburg. So it's the second time the Indians have been discovered camped in the lane. And this is Trojan puts a shot up off the side of the cage that time, and a double dribble called on 31. Chris that time with a head of steam come up and double dribbled the ball a little bit right as he took the shot. Oh, still 17-13 with 3:17 remaining in the first half. Inbound pass will come back here to Eric. Now nice pass inside. Miller with a spinner on shot. Good. Nice shot by Bill Miller here of the Trojans. It's now 19-13. Young fella going right into the lane with it, dumps it off over on the right side, and controlled by the Indians. Nearly went out of bounds over there. Here he goes into the lane, puts a shot up, no good. Rebounded in there by Millersburg. Second shot, no good. And wait a minute, jump will be called. It'll stay Millersburg ball. Millersburg doing some pretty good rebounding underneath there on their offensive boards, getting several shots at times. Marco back into the ball game. Chris Troutman coming out and getting some instructions from Coach Hain, who is drawing it out on his chalkboard or whatever they call it, his playboard over there on the wing. Now inside 24, stopping, dropping the ball. Back with it comes Marco. He gets a chance for 2, puts it up, it won't go. Rebound comes back down here on the floor. It's going to get loose and picked up here by the Indians. 32 going to drive it to the hoop, puts the shot up. That won't go. Kids have missed 2 fast breaks in a row. They're going to try for 3. No. Come on. Good dump over here for Eric. He puts his shot up and in good. Eric Troop to the hoop for 2. All right. 21-13. Kid going right in there, and he is smothered underneath. Big foul called. Hardly any question about that one. 44 with the foul. That's that Bill Miller. Bill picks up his first. Bill would not allow anything to go on underneath there that time. Man, he just stopped him cold. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Okay, his first shot is short, so he'll get one more chance. It's still 21-13 with 2:12 remaining. Second shot, no good. Rebounded by 34. He pops one up, good. 22-15, or 21-15, make that 21-15. Scott Markle. Down to the side here, drops it for Danny Shell. Danny will drop it for Troop. Now back to Markle. out in front here. Troop has it. Clock down to 150. Oh, wait a minute. Troop dribbles it into the hands of the Indian and then takes it right back. Okay. Scott Markle, near side over here now for Jeff Miller. Over to Troop. Troop with a shot and a foul and won't go. Minute 40 remaining in the period. And Troop will go to the line, shooting 2. So Eric Troop to the line for the first time tonight for this young lad. He'll be shooting 2. And we got a minute and 40 remaining on the clock. Trojans up 21-15. And Eric misses his first shot. Sub comes in for the Millersburg Indians. Second shot by Eric is good. So these kids shooting about 50% for both teams, it seems. When they get 2 shots, they make 1. Get a 1-and-1, they make the first one, miss the second. Anyway, 32 with it. Dumping it inside. Here's a shot taken from 8 feet out, no good. Rebound comes back over here to Danny Shell. Dan will drop it back here for Eric Troop. He passes it way ahead, and I mean way ahead, off the fingertips of Jeff Miller and against the wall. So that one will give the Millersburgers a chance. They trail by 7. They're hanging in there tough. I think the Trojans should have put this team away, but anyway, inside they dump it. 12-foot shot blocked away by Miller again. Rebound over the far side, controlled by Millersburg. However, we got a young lad hurt out here, I think, in the paint. This young Millersburger looks like he may have injured an ankle. So the official alertly calls timeout. It'll be Millersburg ball after this injury timeout. Play back in following the timeout. Here's a shot by 34. No good. Rebound comes off to the Trojans. Scott Markle will start it back here for UDA. Over here for Shell. Shell for 2. No good. Rebound in there. Going to be taken by Shell. Here's a shot from outside by Troop. No good. And back with it come these Indians. Clock down to 35 seconds remaining in the half. Near side, they swing it. Now inside. Ball tapped back here by Bill Miller. Controlled by the Trojans. Nicely over there. Markle to the hoop. Misses a shot. Rebound shot by Jeff Miller. No good. And the ball still loose and going to be out of bounds over here in front of us. And with 21 seconds remaining, the Trojans will get the ball again. I was going to say they'll control the ball again, but I'm not sure. Here's a pass inside here for Jeff Miller. Underneath here for Troop. Troop's shot just won't go. Bill Miller has the ball stripped out of his hands on the rebound. And with 15 seconds left, Bill Miller is going to check out of the ball game because we have Bill limping over there, and he had broken a leg or something earlier this year, and somehow or another Bill came up a little bit game that time. Here is Troop. Clock down to 10. Markle over here for Troutman. Clock down to 6. Now 5. Near side here for Chris Troutman for a shot. No good. Rebound's going to come off to Millersburg, and that's going to end the first period or the first half of play. As the Trojans find themselves up by 7 at the half, it's 22-15. UDA in the lead. Getting set to go with the second half action now. The Trojans leading by 7. And Chris Troutman right in front of us here, getting ready to inbound the ball as soon as Charlie Moon takes his seat. All right, Charlie's seated, and now we're ready to go. Okay. This is Miller. Whoa, wait a minute. A walk will be called that time. Danny kind of lost the handle on the ball on the pass from Chris and went for a walk trying to gather the ball in. And so that'll give Millersburg an opportunity here to score early if they can. Here's a shot from the side, and he did. 22-17, a two-pointer. And they're going to put some pressure on the Trojans on the forecourt. Now they drop it back, however. There's a pass intended for Danny Shell. It goes right out of the field of play into the stands, and Millersburg coming back. 21, hollers Coach Hain. Here's the ball tipped away nicely out here. Chuck's got it. Chuck goes down the left wing side here now, out in front. Over on the right side for Shell. Troutman inside, they dump it. Chuck with a good fake, puts a shot too far over everything. And back with it come the Trojans. Here's Chuck with another tip out here. Nearly stolen away. Chuck Zerby playing a good ball. 31 back here for it. Here's a ball tipped aside here by Troutman. Troutman still has it on a good job. Chris stopping and popping. The shot won't go in, and a foul called. Chris will pick up the personal foul. Chris working hard out here, making the steal. Chris picks up his first of the second half for either team, so of course non-shooting. Here comes Millersburg across the timeline, ganged up out there by the Trojans, and whoa, hold everything, a jump. It'll remain Millersburg ball. Danny Shell tying it up out there with a Millersburger. 5:53 remaining here in the third. Trojans playing some good defense over in the left wing now. Ball loose, taken away here by Chuck Zerby. Chuck going back here 2-on-2. He'll stop it and drop it back over here now for Mix. Mix loses the handle on it. And back with it come the Millersburg Indians. 32 into the lane, hops and pops, no good. Gets his own rebound in there though, and then loses it to Jeff Miller. Back over here for the Trojans. Chuck Zerby has it now. Out in front, Chris Troutman for Chuck. Dribbles it off his knee, picks it back up. Jeff Miller for two, short. Rebound goes out of play underneath the Trojan bucket. And so it'll be Millersburg as Scott Markle checks into the ball game now. And he will be taking Jeff Miller's spot. Still 22-17. Margin down to 5. It was 7 at halftime. Kidd drives to the left baseline, puts a shot up and in good. Margin down to 2. It's now 22-19. Another four-court pressure that time being applied by Millersburg, and a foul called. 32 picks himself up a personal foul. He cannot believe it. For 32 of Millersburg, that is his second. Team's first, so nobody's shooting after that one either. And Troutman will inbound the ball for the Indians. Over here for Markle. Markle's tripped up, and 24 will get the call this time. As Scott tried to head up court, 24 put a trip on him. And for number 24, he picked up his first. Only the team's second, I guess, of the half. And with 4:48 remaining here in the third period, Markle dribbling in, and wait a minute now, a walk will be called as Scott goes to the floor, and timeout called, and I think Scott will leave. Yep, Markle's going to check out as Eric the T-Troop comes into the ball game for UDA. Troutman, Troop, Shell, Zerby, and Mix into the game for UDA. 31 with a shot from the side. No good. Rebounded over there by Danny Shell. Outlet pass quickly to Chris Troutman. Chris will hold it up, goes into the corner with it, picks the ball back up again. Back out in front here for Shell for three. It's good. A three-bagger by the old Danny. Nice shot by Danny Shell that time. He picked up three. It's now 25-19. First three-bagger of the ball game. In the corner here for Millersburg. On the right wing, now he'll circle it out in front. Drops it inside. 34 puts the dribble down, and it's loose. Pass, nice pass here for Chris Troutman, and Chris puts the shot up and in good. Good pass that time with Chris, who was all alone down here, and he put her home. Behind the back pass. Inside it goes. Mix picks it off and hold everything. A foul called as number 32 reaches all over Chad Mix, and timeout's going to be called by the Millersburg Indians, I believe, or perhaps it was Coach Hain, I'm not sure. At any rate, 3:50 remaining here in the third period. Trojans up now 27-19. They enjoy an 8-point margin at this point. Okay, the timeout is over. Millersburg will inbound the ball. And number 30, wait a minute, white ball. And a little confusion here now. Millersburg will not inbound the ball, although it looked like as though they might. Trojans with it. Chris Troutman. Into the corner there for Danny. He has the ball pulled out of his hands, and back with it come Millersburg. Ball tipped away, loose, picked up in there by Shell. Shell dumps it ahead here now for Troutman. Troutman 1-on-2. Has the ball spun loose, and back with it comes the Millersburg Indians. 30, passing it over there on the left side. That ball won't go down. Ball fought for. Look out, people all over the court here now. We got them strewn here. A big wreck, and it's going to be a, see, I'm not sure whose ball. Okay, they ruled Upper Dauphin will control the ball, but that's about the only thing that was under control. Under control that time, man. Everybody flying all over the place out here. Okay, here is Miller, Jeff. Near side over here for Troop. Troop into the lane, dumps it over to the far side there for Shell. He'll dump it back out here for Troop as he made a good save, did Danny that time. Danny's got it back again, dumps it inside here. And Chuck Zerbe popped on the top of the head, for goodness sake. Zerbe comes up with a limp, but man, did Zerbe ever take a blow to the top of the head. I don't know if you saw it, but rewinder here and look at that. Zerbe going underneath the bucket really got popped. And all Zerbe will get for that is nothing, as Millersburg picks up their 4th team foul. 32 of the Indians picks up his own personal 4th foul. Here's Danny from the side for 2. It's good. Danny Shell with another nice bucket. Gives the Trojans a 10-point lead now, 29-19. Pass inside, picked up in there by the Millersburg Indians. 31 with a shot. No good. Rebounded over there on the left wing. He puts a shot up and a foul called. Foul will be on Dan Shell. I don't know what Danny did, but whatever it was funny. Dan liked it. I think the ref may have said something to him. I don't know what he said, but anyway, Dan picked up his only his second personal, so no problem there. 34 at the line. He'll be shooting a pair with 2:43 remaining in the third period. First shot, good. 29-20, margin down to 9. UDA leading by 9. And his second shot is also good, so 34 have stepped up there and made a nice pair of buckets. 29-21, 8-point lead. Here is Troop getting blocked in there. They scissored him. And Eric sits on the baseline now as it's going to be okay. He's limping. Boy, I'll tell you, a war of attrition here tonight. As the Trojans and the Indians, bodies flying all over the place. Not a rough game. I'm not implying for a moment that anything illegal going on in there, but just some real fast play and sometimes some players a little out of control. Troop at the line to shoot for Upper Dauphin. He'll be shooting a 1-and-1. And Eric's first shot is good. Nice shot. Wait a minute. He stepped over the line. Well, wait a minute, Eric says, you got to be kidding. He's leaving the ball game anyway as Chris Troutman comes back into the ball game for UDA. So Eric leaves, and he injured his knee or something there as he fell last time. Not severely. He'll be okay. He'll probably be back, I'm sure. Millersburg out in front with it. Rolling down the right side here now. Kid has it in the baseline. Back out to the wing. In front, or inside they go. Kid, 34 to the line. No good. Rebound comes back off here to Danny Shell. And it's going to be UDA ball. Dan fighting for that one. Tied it up inside. And with 2:11 remaining in the third period. The Trojans enjoying an 8-point lead. 29-21. This is Jeff Miller. Troutman. Chris looking on the wing. Here goes Danny Shell all the way, and he's fouled. Danny is hacked. 34 will pick up the personal foul. Dan will go to the line shooting 2. Danny to the line to shoot a pair as 34 picked up his second personal foul. And Dan's first shot is no good. Just wouldn't quite roll in, so we'll see what they can do with the second one. Come on, Dan. Second shot looks... It won't go either. Millersburg on the right baseline. Ball tapped away nicely in there by Chuck Zerbe. And Millersburg steps out of bounds with it. So Chuck all over the place. Tap that ball loose. And Chris will inbound here for Jeff Miller. Jeff's got to get himself a couple of points here. Now he's been rather quiet. There's a pass inside for Mix. They dump it back over here for Jeff. He puts a shot up, no good. Follow-up shot by Mix won't go. Follow-up shot by Mix will go. Okay, so Chad persevering underneath there on the rebound. Gets it for the third time or second time. Here's a ball knocked out of bounds in front by Zerbe. And the Indians will inbound right here in front of us. Minute 26 remaining in the third. Here's a ball tipped away nicely by Chris Trout. Whoa, wait a minute. Not sure what that call was, but at any rate, walk, I guess they called it, or something. I don't know what happened there. Chris with a good steal, however, anyway. It's a kid into the lane, dumps it over to the far side. 14 for 2, no good. Rebound under by 34, though, and he pops it home. 31-23 with a minute and 1 second remaining. Now a minute remaining in period 3. Chris Troutman stopping and popping. Looks good, it is. Chris for 2. Very nicely. 33-23, 10-point ball game. Trojans in the lead. Oh, foul called. Danny will pick up the personal foul as he reached in that time. And for Dan, it'll be personal foul number 2. Check it. Not Danny. I beg your pardon. Foul was on Chris Troutman, his second. Near side it comes here. Chuck Zerbe with another big steal. Chuck to the hoop. Stopping, popping, it's good. Chucky the Big Z Zerbe gets himself 2 more. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Chuck just received a hit. Chuck's going to be okay. And it's going to be Millersburg to inbound with 34 seconds. Chuck picked up his 4th. Chuck says it's only 3. He was keeping score. But the official scorekeeper says it's only 4. It's 4. Anyway, here's a ball stolen away, and back with it comes Markle. Ahead here now for Miller. Jeff stopping and popping, a little short. Jeff gets his own rebound, puts a shot up, and a foul called. Jeff will go to the line to shoot a pair. He had an opportunity there with the fast break in the layup. It wouldn't go, so he'll go to the line and try to get 2 freebies out of this. Jeff at the line for, I believe, the second time tonight. I think he had shot the first foul shots for UDA. He's at the line shooting 2. Number 14 for Millersburg picked up his first personal foul. And Jeff gets his first shot in. He is shooting 1 more. His second shot is as good as the first. 2 nice foul shots by Jeff Miller. And back with it come the Millersburg Indians. Into the lane. Ball tipped away by Miller. He outlets quickly here for Troutman. Over there for Markle. Markle with a shot. It won't go. Rebounded inside there by Millersburg. Trojans missed a chance that time as they got a little bit out of control. There's a ball pushed ahead and a shot right at the buzzer. Wow. It didn't go, but it had a chance. Okay. So we've got 7 minutes remaining in the ball game tonight as we get set to begin the 4th period. It's 37-23. Trojans up now by 14. So I do believe we're going to be okay. We'll see in 7 minutes. Setting them up for the second half action, or third, make that, wait a minute, for the 4th period coming up here now. As Millersburg will inbound the ball. They did. Trojans have really been playing some tough defense here lately. Haven't had Millersburg not allowing them to get set up at all out here. Here they come again into the lane. 31 over here for 2. It's no good. Rebounded underneath there by 50. He puts a shot up weakly. And back come the Trojans. Pass over the near side here for Miller. Out in front now. Troutman back to Miller. He dumps it inside there for Zerbe. Zerbe rolls one up, no good. Rebound comes back to 34. of Millersburg, and back they come down on the left wing side there. Looked like a walk maybe. Ball stripped loose. Danny Shell picks it up ahead here for Chris Troutman. Chris spinning, popping, no good. Rebound over there by Miller. Miller is hacked. My gosh. 34 really puts the hack on Jeff, and Jeffer to the line once again here now for UDA to shoot 2. Jeff at the line to shoot 2 as number 34 at Millersburg picked up his third. Jeff's first shot, no good. 6:08 remaining in the ball game. UDA up 37-23, 14-point margin, and Jeff will make it 15 here with this shot. Whoops, no he didn't. Okay, 50 with the rebound. Down the left side over there, he puts a shot up short. Rebound comes right back down here now to Markle. Scott starting back with it. Whoa. Oh, hey, hold on there. Scott goes for a little bit of a walk. Tried to make the pass before he had control of the basketball. And Millersburg will inbound with 5:57 left in the game. Trailing by 14 are the Millersburg Indians. Ooh, here's a pass to no one. Goes out of bounds over there. 32. What's he complaining about? Heck, he's complaining about that when he threw it out of bounds. Oh, well. Maybe it was a pass to the official and he missed it. Anyway, bounce pass inside for Zerb. Rolls loose and picked up in there by Millersburg. They'll come back. And he throws the ball outside this time, aiming for the boys' room, I think. So 2 errant passes by the Millersburg Indians have cost them an opportunity to come back. And Marco will inbound the ball as Eric Troop comes in to replace Chris Troutman. Here goes the Trooper over on the far side for Shell. Back out in front now for Markle. Scott looking at dumping inside, does so to Zerby. Zerby's shot won't go down. Whoa, look out. Whoa, there's a pass, though, picked off by Shell. Danny's shot won't go. Man, Dan picked that sucker off so fast I almost missed it here, or perhaps I did, on the with the camera. Wow. Quick move over there by Dan, taking the pass and putting the shot up. Didn't go down, though. Left wing shot, no good. 50 with a rebound. It's no good. Rebound comes off to Danny Shell. He'll dump it back here now for Miller. Jeff stopping this time, just in time, gives it to Danny. Over there for Markle. Nice pass inside. Look at Chuck. Chuck all alone underneath the bucket that time. 39-23. 32, dumping it inside. Ball knocked out of bounds nicely by that Chuck Zerby. Chuck. Omnipresent Chuck Zerby. He is all over the place. 30. Whoop, wait a minute. Jeff says, yeah, I know. Jeff picked up the personal foul for Jeff. It is personal foul number 3, I believe. We'll see. Millersburg huddles up here now. And, no, number 2. Personal foul number 2 for Jeff with 4:48 remaining in the ball game. 34 at the line shooting, and his first shot is good. Second shot by 34 is also good. So the kid makes 2 nice foul shots. It's 39-25. 14-point ball game. Here's Markle with it. Over the timeline he goes. Down the right side he goes to the baseline. Stops. Has the ball knocked out of his hands by 32. It will remain UDA ball, and Marco will inbound. Does so here for Shell. He puts a shot up, won't go in. Rebound comes over here, and it's going to be out of bounds. Jeff Miller here trying to make a save on it, but nothing doing. Went out of bounds, and so Millersburg coming back with it. Dumping it inside. Chuck all over him. Man, Chuck was over him. He was blocking him, and Jeff will pick up another. No, he carried it. Ooh, I thought Jeff picked up the foul that time, but he didn't. The young Millersburger carried the ball. 4:23 remaining. Ball on the inbound pass knocked out of bounds by 24. The Trojans will get a chance to do that again. Inbounds it over here for Danny Shell. Now ahead they come here for the Trooper. Bounces it inside. Ball rolls loose, kicked out of bounds by Millersburg. Pass intended in there for Zerby, but it went out of bounds, and so the Trojans will inbound it. Eric Troop at the top. Rolls it over there for Danny Shell. Inside to Zerby. Chuck in trouble, bounces it back. Whoa, wait a minute. 3 seconds going to be called by Chuck inside somehow or another. And timeout is going to be called by Millersburg. So we got 4:07 remaining here in the ball game, and the Trojans up now 39-25. Millersburg to inbound the ball, and here they come. Near side here, 42 has a shot blocked away nicely by Jeff Miller that time. Nice play by Jeff. Good defense. Markle, near side here for Troop. Troop dumps it off over there for Markle. Markle will take it outside here for Jeff Miller. Miller will drop it back here for Eric Troop. Back over here for Markle. Markle dumps it inside here and will hold everything. Walk will be called. Chuck goes for a walk. 3:29. Trojans are winding off a few precious ticks on the clock that time. On the left wing he goes with it. Puts a shot up. No good. 50 with the rebound. Shot good. 39-27. 12-point margin for UDA with 3:10 remaining. Here's a long pass down here. Chuck's got it. Stopping. Popping it back out in front here now for Troop. Over to Shell in the corner. Troop out in front. Near side here for Markle as they back it up. Run a little more off here. Here comes Troop with it out in front. Over here now for... Oh, wait a minute. Foul called. Danny Shell will go to the line. Shooting a 1-and-1. Millersburg forced to foul now as the clock's down to 2:51. They may have left the Trojans play with a little bit, I guess. But anyway, Danny will go to the line shooting a 1-and-1. Trojans pretty much in control. First shot by Dan is perfect. We'll have to watch Chuck this time on the rebound. Here's the second shot by Dan. Well, there won't be a rebound to that shot. Danny makes a pair very nicely. And it is now 41-27. Millersburg has the ball roll loose, and he's tackled here at the 15-yard line. The kid says, "What did I do to him?" Right. Right on. Said it was a good tackle. I think the referee might have called him for face masking. But anyway, that's going to send, that's his fifth foul, incidentally. 32's got 5. He knows that he's already seated. The referee's looking for him, but he already threw himself out into the bus. And anyhow, to the line goes Scott Markle, and Scott will be shooting a 1-and-1. Scott, what kind of a foul shooter is Scott Markle? We'll show you. Whoops, in and out. The rebound comes off to Millersburg. Kid sweeping down the left side. Bounce pass in here for 34. Looked like a foul would be called that time. The foul this time will be on Markle, I do believe. Yep, Scott's got to pick up the personal. And for Scott, it will be his second. 34 at the line, shooting a 1-and-1 with 2:34 remaining here in the ball game. Let's watch Chuck this time. In fact, we'll watch Chuck. We'll watch the rebound period. Whoop, went in. Yeah, figures. Anyway, 41-28. 2:34 on the clock. And the second shot by 34 is good also. All right, 41-29. I'm not going to watch any more rebounds. There aren't any on the foul shooting. Anyway, back they come. Here's Miller forcing it down here for Chuck. Chuck stops and pops. It won't go. Rebound comes back off to Millersburg. And back they come with it. 42 will stop and hand it back here. Ball loose in the lane. Picked up by 50. He hustles to the board with it. Puts his first shot up, no good. Second shot, good. Ooh, here's a ball loose, and then it's going to go backcourt. 50, however, is called with a foul. 50 out here getting really rambunctious, I'll tell you. He is getting upset somehow or another. And let's see. He'll go to the line now. Foul was on 42 of the Trojans. That's Danny Shell. Dan picked up his third. And 50 at the line shooting. He misses the first one. 42 for Millersburg with a rebound. No good. And, whoa, wait a minute. Foul on 42 of Millersburg with 1:55 remaining. 10-point ball game. And UDA going to send Chris Troutman, I guess, to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Yep, CT to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Chris looks ready. His shot is up, and it is in and out. Back with it come the Millersburg Indians. Ball tapped out of bounds out here by Chris Troutman into the crowd and back out. 42 will, wait a minute, time called. Timeout on the field with 1:50. Timeout on the floor. 1:50 remaining. Is 41-31 UDA. Okay, the timeout is over, and Millersburg will inbound the ball with 1:50 remaining on the clock. Ball rolls loose inside, picked up there by Zerbe. Ahead for Chris Troutman. Chris's shot won't go down, and back with it come the Millersburg Indians. Ball loose, and they're going to try it again. This time it's going to be Eric Troop getting fouled, and Eric heading up stream here is tripped up by an Indian, and he will go to the line now, shooting a 1-and-1. Here's Troop's first shot. No good. Something happened. What happened? 54. Chuck in there a little too early. So Chuck's done it all tonight. He's created a lot of mayhem on the offense, and he's done just about everything wrong you can do on the defense too. Just kidding, Chuck. Anyway, he's been all over the court. Clock down to 1:20. Here's a ball stolen on the right wing side. Eric Troop staggering around one Indian. Dumps it over here now for Troutman. Very, very nice play by these two young lads. The Trooper going to the hoop. Saw it was blocked and gave it right over here to Chris Troutman. And Chris standing there put it home nicely. Pass over in the left wing. He puts it up on the baseline and drives her home. 43-33, clock down to 55 seconds. Troutman in trouble over there. Chris has it come loose. Now it's back over there for, oh my gosh, just a little knee, whatever. As Danny looks at him. Danny, what the hey? Danny will go to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Dan's played a good ball game here this evening, and he'll be at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. See if Danny can get the first one in here. There's 48 seconds remaining. Danny's first shot is good. Very nice. 44-33, 11-point game. And Dan with one more try. His second shot is no good. Rebound over here to Troutman. Drops it back over here to Miller. Now Eric Troop has it out in front. Eric's right to the lane. Whoa, wait a minute. Double dribble as he got tripped up out here at this white line. Runs across here. I think I might have tripped him. Just kidding. Anyway, 35 seconds remaining. On the baseline, the shot's good. 44-35, 9-point game with 29 seconds left in the contest. Here comes Chris Troutman. Chris, near double dribble. Over here for Miller. Miller holds it. Clock down to 20 seconds. Over on the far side for the Trooper. And Troop is fouled. Third foul picked up by 14. But this time it's going to be Eric Troop going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. So we'll see if Eric can nail one here. Put the first one in anyway. 14 picks up foul number 3. Troop to the line to shoot shot number 1. Good. Good job. Eric will try to do that one more time. He knows how now. Just has to do it again. And here's his second shot. See if he was paying attention the first time. He was. Good job, Eric Troop. Okay, that's good for 2, and it's 46-35 with 12 seconds remaining. Clock down to 9, ball loose, on the floor it goes. Ooh, wait a minute. Troop goes down hard, and a ball will be given back to Millersburg on the fumble recovered by Millersburg, and they're going to get the ball out of bounds. 42 to inbound, does so here for 14. Whoop, ball stripped away from him. 24's got it, they're playing with it. Clock down to 2. This is good if it goes, but it won't go. And that does it. So the Trojans, with a good effort tonight, win by a final score of 46-35 over these Millersburg Indians. And they played a good ball game. I think Coach Hain will be pleased with that, as coaches sometimes are. Anyhow, that did it. And I think we'll be back with the varsity ball game in just a second. Dale Calnon again saying thanks for watching, and see you later. Congratulations, Coach Hain and all of these junior varsity Trojans.